You hear it again. Hey, that report you turned in, really impressive. Your brain overheats. You look down at your shoes. Should you smile? Should you shuffle papers? Suddenly the air feels heavy. What's going on? We think compliments should feel like candy, a gentle pat on the back, a thumbs up from life. But sometimes they land like cold beans on a winter day. They surprise you. They stick in your throat. Why do kind words sometimes feel weird? Maybe it starts with self-esteem. If your self-esteem is low, your inner narrator is running on, "I'm not enough." A compliment is like throwing a neon sign into that dark hallway. Your brain squints at it suspiciously. Psychologists find that people with low self-esteem often have real trouble accepting compliments. One study put it bluntly: compliments make such people feel uncomfortable and evoke their pre-existing self-doubts. Instead of thinking, "Wow, thanks," there's a reflex thought, "No way, they must be joking." To you, "You're awesome" might translate as, "They can't possibly know the truth." This is cognitive dissonance at work. Your belief, "I'm mediocre," and the compliment, "You did great," don't match. So your mind tries to fix that gap. An fMRI study showed that when feedback conflicts with our self-view, the brain lights up with tension and confusion. It's like hearing your name called, but your brain saying, "Not it." Your mind scrambles to reconcile by doubting the compliment. "I probably just got lucky." Then there's imposter syndrome. You may excel at things, but inside you feel like a lucky fluke. Compliments feel like dangerous praise. They're being nice. If they knew what I really did, they'd change their minds. Experts note, imposter-prone people trust their own harsh self-opinions and distrust praise. Imagine every compliment as a potential scam. Because deep down, you're convinced you're an imposter. You say, "I'm skilled." Haha. You must not have seen my last error, you might think. So even genuine kudos bounce off like rubber balls off concrete. It's not all about you, though. Sometimes culture or family scripts train us this way. Maybe you grew up hearing, "Don't brag," or "Stay humble." In many cultures, accepting compliments easily feels like arrogance. So the reflex becomes modesty. "Oh, it was nothing." One expert notes that in some communities, downplaying praise is a form of respect. Remember Aunt Judy praising your cooking and you immediately saying, "Oh, it could have used more salt." That automatic humility might be cultural conditioning in action. Your personality colors the reaction too. High neuroticism or perfectionism turns compliments into pressure. You might think, "Great, now I have to be this good every time." Research backs that up. Some people shrug off praise simply to avoid raising expectations. They figure it's safer to claim, "I lucked out," than face the panic of, "You did well, so do it again." So deflecting becomes a protective strategy. You add a "but" as a security blanket, e.g., "Thanks, but I could have done better." Even the in-court author of a praise psychology piece admitted, "I have to say thanks, but so often I feel like it's king." And often, humor becomes the shield. Self-deprecating jokes after a compliment are practically automatic. You tell yourself, "Yeah, right," or "If I was any good, I'd retire." Studies show self-deprecation is usually a mask for insecurity. It's a tactic to manage the awkwardness in conversation. One researcher even found that leaders who use self-deprecating humor after being praised are seen as more likable. It disarms envy and makes people feel included. So that "thanks, but I'm no genius" quip, it might actually smooth things socially, even if it feels cringeworthy to you. Let's talk social anxiety for a moment. Some people literally fear being complimented. They worry that attention equals pressure. There's a term for it: fear of positive evaluation. Imagine a shy teen at a party. Someone says, "You're really talented," and their heart starts pounding. What if now everyone expects me to be brilliant forever, they think. Studies show fear of praise is a key part of social anxiety. For socially anxious folks, compliments are like spotlights, not comfortable at all. You might say, "Wow, 70% of people feel this way?" Yes, really. One Encounters article cites research where nearly 70% of respondents said they feel embarrassed or uncomfortable when praised. The writer bluntly summarized, "So yeah, we like praise, but we also kinda don't. So if your instinct is, ugh, not again, you're definitely not alone. Some of this might be tied to our negative bias. Our brains notice flaws faster than strengths. So we grab onto that one mistake, and a compliment becomes background noise. It's like we carry a big volume knob labeled self-doubt, turned up way high. Turning it down takes practice. Imagine the last time someone said, 'That's fantastic.' How did you react? If you cringed or brushed it off, that's your pattern in action. Maybe a little voice piped up, 'Nah, they don't mean it.' A study found people with low self-esteem often assume compliments are insincere. They second guess, they can't be real. It's like saying thanks to someone standing on a puddle. You still feel the splash of doubt. Let's emphasize this. You're not alone in this awkward dance. Even experts have felt it. Lindsay Godwin, a psychologist who wrote on this, said she was allergic to compliments. Every kind word made her uneasy, as if she needed an EpiPen. Her inner critic was ready with, "They're just being kind. They don't really mean it." Psychologists explain that this is classic cognitive dissonance. Our self-view clashes with what others see. As one article puts it, if you're your own worst critic, hearing "you're incredible" can feel jarring. It contradicts the inner narrative that says, "I could have done better." So the knee-jerk reaction is to deflect. "Oh, it was no big deal," or "they don't really mean it." That quick dismissal soothes the unease, but it also prevents you from fully embracing the kindness. Interestingly, this dynamic can be particularly pronounced for women. Research notes that women are often socialized to be modest and focus on others. Compliments can feel like spotlights, exposing imagined imperfections. Layer on the pressure of perfectionism, and a simple "you're amazing" might read in your mind as "see how far you still have to go." So it's not just personal quirk, it's also social messaging. But here's a counterintuitive insight. As confusing as it feels, deflecting praise can actually make you more likable. That's right. Researchers have found that self-deprecating humor after a compliment can cement higher status in a non-threatening way. In studies, participants rated modest people as more attractive and approachable than those who readily accepted praise. So when you downplay yourself, you're subconsciously telling others, "No, I'm not a threat." And they often find that disarming. So how do we break this cycle? First, notice it when it happens. When someone praises you, pay attention to that first impulse in your head. Give yourself a mental nod for surviving the moment. Then gently shift perspective. Treat the compliment as a little gift. The person giving it decided to focus on your good side. That's a kindness. Try a simple "thank you." That's it. Hold still. Don't add "but" or a self-critique. Even if it feels awkward, just let the words wash over you for a moment. You might even start a compliment journal. Write down every kind thing someone says about you. Read them when you doubt yourself. Or practice in the mirror. When you say the nice words back to yourself, you may find it loses its sting. Think of it like retraining a muscle. At first it's clumsy, but each time you do it, you get a bit stronger. It helps to remember. A compliment is about the other person too. It's their way of connecting. By brushing it off, you might unintentionally shrug off their gesture. Of course, it'll take time. Be patient with yourself. Maybe start small. Thank a friend for complimenting your shoes, without discrediting it. See how that feels. Over days and weeks, these little moments can rebuild your comfort. What do you think? Drop a comment about your funniest or most awkward compliment moment. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot more psychology deep dives coming your way. Remember, compliments really are tokens of kindness, not traps. Every kind word was meant as a little boost. Try to let them lift you, one sincere thank you at a time.